Mmamagina Primary School is a primary school in Mahwelereng, a township in the Limpopo province of South Africa, 2 kilometers from Mokopane. Greta Snyman is an educational expert who travels to different schools to observe classroom practice and mentors teachers. Greta is observing Miss Molepo's Grade 2 English First Additional Language class. Miss Molepo wants advice on improving her skills in the classroom.
Who can come and select the first sound of our pig on the floor? Then what is the name of this sound? Say it again. Good, good. This is, say it again. Again. Good. We are going to paste it next to the word pig. 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 Pig.
Later, Greta and Miss Molepo sit together to watch a recording of the lesson.
Good day, Mrs. Molepo.
Good day, Miss Nina.
How are you?
Fantastic.
It was nice to sit with you in your class today. Thank you for allowing me to do that.
Thank you, and thank you for supporting me.
Right, we listened to a lesson, to an English lesson. It was the first additional language of your school. So I quite enjoyed listening to your lesson. There was a lot of positive things that I noticed while I was listening to your lesson. But I'm also going to talk about the improvements afterwards. How did you experience your lesson today?
Today I've experienced my lesson at the beginning of it. It was a little bit slow. And for my introduction, my learners are a little bit passive. I don't know whether they are afraid of the camera or not. And they are even not concentrating on me and looking for the camera. So they are a little bit disturbing. Then from the beginning I was a little slower. But when I go to church, after church down and dramatization, I see myself and pick up the idea. I'm overviewing those introductions.
I'm very glad that you mentioned that, because I also noticed it. And I would like to go back to the video, especially when you started and you started to ask them certain questions.
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you?
Well, thank you. And how are
I'm
you,
also
ma'am?
fine. I'm also fine.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Everyone.
How do you feel today?
How do you feel today?
You're not happy. Are you angry? Are you angry for me?
Oh, my dear little one, they are not responding.
Remember, your learners' home language is Sepedi. And this is grade 2 learners. And this is in the beginning of the year. So it can be that they don't understand English First Additional already so very well. So I also noticed when you posed the first questions, they didn't answer you. So that is where you can use code switching. You can ask the moment when you ask the question in First Additional English, and you see that they can't understand anything, just code switch to your home language, Sepedi, just to get the attention of your learners. It doesn't mean that your whole lesson will be in Sepedi, but you just say 1 or 2 words in Sepedi just to get their attention.
Number 2, what is this picture? What is this picture? What is the tower?
This is a horse.
This is a horse.
Then I also noticed when we look at the video, we can see that when you pose a question, you give them a lot of time to answer. And that can perhaps make that your lesson procedure is a little bit slow.
Who can tell me? Who can tell me? What is that? Why are you raising your hands? Who can tell me the donkey starts in which sound?
Pose the question, and if they don't answer you immediately, ask a certain child, name a certain child. Do you perhaps know what is the answer?
Oh, the sheep. Oh, there's the sheep. You see, sheep, sheep. Here is a sheep. I'm going to place the picture of a sheep. What is this?
This is a sheep.
This is a sheep.
Then be very careful of your pronunciation of English. Both of us is not English first speakers, but we must look at it when we teach our learners, that we pronounce the words correctly. For instance, you were talking about animal on a farm, and one of the words was sheep. Sheep. Be careful not to pronounce it as ship. Ship. Because the children can understand it as a ship that's on the water.
Here is a car. Do you see it? Here is a car. What is this?
This is a cow.
This is a car. We're going to paste it on the board.
In your lesson, you also pick up the picture, then you ask the children, what is this? Then they answered you, this is a pig. But remember, your children is not near to you. They're far from the picture. So rather teach them, it is a pig. Because when they say, this is a pig, it's not near them. They must actually say, that is a pig. So that is just a little language that I can explain to you. So make sure that your language use is correct when you do the lesson. I also noticed, that was a very good point to me, that you didn't exactly follow your lesson like this. You changed it a little bit when you were busy presenting your lesson. And that's positive, because when you know your lesson, you can see what will fit in now while you're busy with your lesson.
Who can predict, guess, what is inside our book? Who can predict, guess, what is inside our book? Who can predict anything that you think? I think, what is inside? Tulani, pig. Tulani say pig. You think? Maria, sheep. Maria say, I think inside there is a sheep. He said,
Goat.
He said, I think inside maybe there is a sheep. Anna? Oh, Anna is still thinking.
So I noticed that, and it was not a negative point. But something I want to ask you. Perhaps you must just follow your lesson a little bit faster. It's not that our children can't grasp so fast. Follow your lesson faster, because the moment when you come to the back of your lesson, and that's actually your main aim of your lesson, because this is grade 2's. Your main aim of the lesson was to build up vocabulary and also to teach them the different kind of products that this farm animal gives to us. But the moment when we came to the back part of your lesson, I think your learners were already very tired and also a little bit restless because of the length of your lesson.
And the wool, here is meat and the wool. Sheep, where's my pointer? Sheep give us meat and wool. Read it once. Sheep gives us meat and wool. Good. Again, we have talked about the cow. The cows give us milk, cheese, butter. Good. Let's see here.
I like the way that you used your song, but you knew that you planned a song in your lesson. Also try to use your song the moment when you see that your children is sleepy or that their concentration is not with them.
Let me stand. Sit. Let me stand. Old MacDonald, 1, 2.
Old MacDonald has a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
And
On that farm he has some cows, E-I-E-I-O.
and with a moo here, a moo there, here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo.
And also try, when your children sit on the carpet, to even talk to them if you can see they don't concentrate. Because sometimes they turn around or they play or something happened to them, or somebody touched them and then they lose interest. Try just to call their names out in between while you're busy, so that they just come back to you again. Try to be with them the whole time.
The main problem in all my lesson, I see that I've experienced that maybe that lesson it was too long. I make a lot of activities.
I'm very glad that you say that, because I personally also think although you tried to include all the components in language, your lesson was a little bit too long.
Next time I will try to include whatever is the main aim of this is just to tackling that where there is some problems, and then next time I will try to be a little bit shorter.
But as an educator, you must just learn where to use it, because you just said now your lesson was long, but you had two movements in your lesson. The dramatization was a kind of a movement, and also the song was a kind of a movement.
Pig and make a sound of that pig. Go my boy.
So you be aware that we normally say you must think on your feet while you stand. The moment when you teach and you see that your children's attention is not with you, try to see, can't you put your dramatization in there or your song in there? So that means your structure of your lesson, you can change it a little bit. Just be careful that you don't change the information so that the learners don't understand where your lesson is going to.
A week later, Greta returns to Mmamagina. Has Miss Molepo improved on her lesson?
Good morning, ma'am. I'm fine. Read this word again. Read this word. Donkey. Again.
Donkey.
What is the first sound of the word donkey? Donkey. Donkey. Mutra? What is the first sound of donkey? Go and pick up and paste it on the board. Quick. Is it the correct one?
No.
Is it the correct one?
No.
No. Thank you. Sit down. Who can come and help Mutra? Who can come and help Mutra? Kumalo? Thank you. Is it the correct one?
Yes.
Is it the correct one?
Yes.
Good.
Good day, Mrs. Molepo.
Hey, ma'am.
It was wonderful to be in your class again.
It's a pleasure to me, ma'am.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you a lot.
And I can see since last time you quite improved tremendously.
Sure, that's wonderful. It's a pleasure to me.
I noticed that your presentation was very well done. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
And your lesson plan was also worked out very, very good. And I think that is why your presentation was so well done.
Okay.
I also noticed that you used your time effectively. I like the way you manage your time. It was a little bit faster than last time. You didn't give a lot of dead minutes in between. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
then your language used improved quite a lot. So I think the last 3 weeks you talked a lot of English, perhaps at home or with your learners.
Take care of those animals you have at home. How do you take care of those animals?
I brush my cat.
Good.
I also noticed that you used repetition quite a lot, because remember, this is their first additional language.
It is a pig.
It is a pig.
It is a pig.
It is a pig.
So you repeated the words, you even repeated the sounds more than once, two times or 3 times sometimes. That was also well done. I don't think they will forget what you taught them today. Your discipline of your learners was also good. I could see that they concentrate, they looked at you the whole time while you were busy. And I think they enjoyed the lesson also. Your aim was actually to enrich vocabulary in the first additional language. So that for sure you did.
Of a sheep, we call it Martin.
You also lifted out the sounds, the beginning sounds of the words. That was well done. And you also taught them the baby animals. And I like the song, how you dramatized the song. You put in a little bit of action with your masks. So I'm sure they enjoyed it, and I think they will never forget the song again. I really enjoyed it. I just think we must keep on speaking English by ourselves, with our friends, and also with the learners in the class. Then your language will still improve. It was a privilege to be with you in the class. Thank you, ma'am.